What's your name? Never mind, we'll come tomorrow. It's just a waste of time. I don't love you. It's just that rock and roll. Watch your tongue, yes, on my tongue. It tastes good, but it tastes so young. It's a stale drink. It's just that rock and roll.
What's up, guys? Balake here with WarBirds Gaming. We are glad to be back. It's been a while, but we're coming in strong. So I know you guys see some Battlefield 4 night map. This is actually Graveyard Shift in the background. We're going to cover this later video, but today's topic of discussion is going to be Mad Max for the Xbox One. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a slight review of the game. Really just some first impressions. I haven't gotten all the way through it yet. So I'm just going to kind of go over some things that I saw that I wanted to hit on. 3 key points, essentially. One is talk about graphics and the overall look, textures of the game. Go through some of the menu stuff, the upgrades with Max as well as his vehicle. And showcase some of the hand-to-hand and vehicle combat. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So what you guys are seeing right here is the main menu screen. So I'm not going to go over everything. I just wanted to give you guys an idea of what this looks like. Probably the most important thing I see on there is it's got all the basic stuff like your button layout and all of that. But at the very bottom you guys can see capture mode. This is something I haven't used yet, but I want to experiment with. It seems to be a totally organic mode for the game that you can capture video as well as get stills or pictures and do some basic editing in-game, which is really cool. No Elgato, no game DVR required. So I want to test it, but the main point with this is it says you can connect a second controller and have a buddy get on there and rotate the camera around you and have like some cinematic type stuff while you're playing, which is really, really cool, and maybe we'll test that out later. So there's Max, the man, the myth, the legend. Kind of looks like a mix between a homeless dude and a lumberjack or something like that. But this is his upgrade screen here. This is where you can upgrade all of his abilities, his clothes. You can even change up his facial hair and stuff like that in the menus, which is all pretty cool. Kind of make him unique. You have weapon upgrades and things like that. How you get these upgrades is you have to salvage spare parts, which is kind of weird. It's almost like a currency in the game. You get the spare parts and you use that to purchase these upgrades. Not only for him, but for what we're going to get into next with the vehicle upgrades. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So there's the magnum opus. This is what I got right now. As you guys can kind of see, I'm clicking through some of the stuff. There's the engine. Obviously the point of the game is to get this car built up. Armor, engine, boost, all these things to get you to gas towns, which is across the plains of silence. That's the whole preface of the game, to get there and take down this Scrotus dude. Scrotum guy. Scrotus, I think his name is, yeah. And to get there and kill him, which you've already put a chainsaw on his head, so I don't really know how he's still alive. Anyways, so you guys can kind of see you can upgrade your shocks and your tires and all this thing, and each upgrade makes the car handle a little bit differently too. So, and you notice it's very minute, but you can actually tell in game how the car handles, how fast it is, based on these upgrades that you get here. So, pretty cool, bravo. There's my little hood ornament, pretty sick stuff. Last thing in the menu I want to cover is the Legend tab, and this is all your challenges, all the things that help you rank up, as well as your abilities that give you more health points. Help you salvage more parts, fuel, ammo, stuff like that. It's all right there, as you guys can see. So next up, what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about the graphics and the textures of the game. So let's get into that. Alright guys, so in this clip here, I went to a dark area just so you guys could get a taste of what the lighting looks like. It's fucking beautiful, man. Like next gen at its best. So he's got his little flashlight, he's walking around. You can see all the textures of the map, the shadows, everything looks phenomenal. The fire there in the barrel, and then as it comes back to the camera, you even see the glare on the screen. It's just a good looking game, and it's very appealing to the eye. So once I walk out here, kind of give you guys an example of the expanse of this game, which we'll get into next. This game is freaking huge, but the terrain, and see now outside, like, it looks beautiful, and everything you see you can go to. You know, I can, as far as the eye can see over the horizon, you can drive or walk or whatever to all these places. I mean, it's just beautiful representation of a post-apocalyptic setting. So Avalanche did a very good job, and I couldn't be happier with this final result. So take a look at this map, guys. That was my position. Huge area to cover. You're not getting through this game quickly. Massive. There's tons of missions and objectives, little side quests you can do, upgrading your vehicle. It doesn't get redundant to get to the main point of the game. I'm loving it so far, but that just gives you an idea of how much ground there actually is to cover and how big this game is. So I'm loving it. I mean, they put a lot of time into that. So as I'm climbing up this ladder here, I'm going to give you guys a taste of what the hand-to-hand combat looks like in this game. I don't really know what I'm doing, but fuck it, let's do it live. We're doing it live! So the only way I can compare this this combat in this game would be to like Arkham, the Arkham series, Arkham Knight, stuff like that. You have your melee buttons, your punch buttons, all of that, and then you have like a parry. When that Y pops up there, you push that and you block, and then you can counter and everything. So from what I gathered and my time in on this game, is everything is super smooth, very, very responsive. I hit the button, it goes right into the animation. Everything is on point. They did very, very well with the combat in this game, which is something that I love. We'll get into the vehicle combat later, but there's so many things that complement everything in this game. You can roam, you can salvage stuff, or you can jump into one of these strongholds and just beat the shit out of people, or jump in a vehicle and crush souls. Like it's all there, and it's all very well done, very fluid, smooth. You're not going to have any kind of lag with this. It made the game super enjoyable. So yep, there it is. That guy got fucking wrecked. Boom. So right now I'm in Fury mode. So what Fury mode is if you get a chain of hits, you build that little meter up there in the top right, and he goes into basically fuck you up mode. And he's extra powerful. He's got these kick-ass moves he uses and just smashes fools. So it's pretty cool. That's one of your abilities, is to upgrade the Fury mode meter, so it's quicker to fill, or it lasts longer, stuff like that, which is pretty cool. So one thing I want to talk about up here further on in this clip is some of the lighting and textures that I mentioned earlier. What I'm about to do is, part of the objective of this base is I've got to destroy all of these like tankers here, these little oil or gas tankers. So I'm going to pick up this gas can, light it, and throw it at that objective right there. Watch this explosion. Boom. That is just beautiful. The lighting and everything is just awesome. The controller shakes. It's very, very well done. And this is one of the tools you have to break into things. And then right here demonstrated is some of the salvaging of the parts that you use as the currency. These insignias here, each base kind of gives you a breakdown of what to find, how many salvageable things there are, how many insignias are, and you can 100% loot that base. It gets kind of tricky. There's actually a couple places I haven't been able to find everything, but it's kind of fun. It keeps you, once you beat it, you can actually go back and find everything. And final piece here, guys, is the vehicle combat. So I want to show you guys, give you guys a little taste of what it's like to hop in the rig, the Magnum Opus, and get out there on the road and start crushing people. And wow, I'm an awesome driver. Just ran over that barricade. Sweet. So cool. So you can see the little map in the bottom left there. The green indicates where I'm headed to. It's kind of like a little GPS. Standard for games like this, but there's going to be a little red icon pop up right there. Enemy vehicle. So right now I'm going to show you the harpoon. Boom. I just harpooned that guy, or actually Chum, the guy right in the back, my little compadre, he harpooned that guy, and that pulled the driver out. So now the vehicle is just dead weight sitting there. So you have your boost, your nitrous, and you can basically ram this vehicle until that meter above it goes away and you destroy it. There's different ways you can do it. You can shoot fuel tanks, you can ram them, or you can just leave it there if you don't want to fuck with it. But I like to kill all the vehicles, so I'll show you right here. I hop out and I get to collect all those. It's just more spare parts, more currency for you to upgrade all your shit, whether it be your dude or your vehicle in the future. So I tend, if I get a guy, if I harpoon a dude out of a vehicle, I'll go ahead and just wreck the vehicle as well, so I can get all those parts, get all those upgrades. And so right here, a cool thing is if you're ever separated from Chum, you can rally up him, and if it's far away, you'll shoot a flare and he'll actually drive to you. But in this case, he was just a little bit further down the road, so I'm like, hey, get your ass over here. And boom, here we are, we're off to the races, we're rolling. So the next thing I want to show you guys is another one of the weapon systems I have unlocked. Like the harpoon can pull down gates, it can pull people out of vehicles, pull parts off of enemy vehicles, but you also have a sniper rifle, or called the long shot. And so what I want to do, I'm not going to shoot at anybody with it because I'm on my way back to the stronghold here, but I'll show how the animation is and how you utilize this. So basically when I get stopped up here, I can pull Chum out of the back and get back there and man this big ass long sniper rifle in the back of the vehicle. So right there, see, I'm humping in the back, boom, I got my long shot up. And so I can't drive at this point. I can just sit back there, scope in, and take out targets at long range. Very, very, very effective, a cool tool that you can use to attack bases. So that's about it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the quick thoughts on Mad Max. I give this thing an 8 out of 10. I'd give it more than that, but I haven't finished the game. So appreciate you guys stopping by, and we'll catch you next time.